In the last discussion, I stopped at a place whereby our engagement with my wife was not the type that you see these days, where a man will kneel down to a girl, or a girl kneel down to a man to collect ring, or a man kneel down to a girl to give her ring. And even some lady brag about it, insisting on their man kneels down to, it doesn't work. Now, my wife's relationship with me, after we were announced in the church, the pastor called us and place us before the crowd and the few people who are in the church and tell them these two people have been selected to form a family. Now, that relationship lasted for 9 years. And within that 9 years, some of the following many things happened, but I will give you only a few of them. Number one is that a man who is a family friend to my wife lied to my wife, a massacre, I think that's what she said, when she was in Abuja working in one small hospital. I think it was an event they attended, and the man they've never met for a very long time. The man saw her and knew who the devil was. He knows that his target was to destroy her. But he put an immoral lust in that man, who now told her, well, she wanted to go visit his family, since they are family friends. The man lied to her that the place he was taking her to was his home, not knowing that it was a hotel. The man took her to that hotel, and to cut the long story short, he pinned her on the bed, trying to rip her clothes off and then rape her, because it was obvious she knew he was what he wanted to do. He said she didn't know actually what came over her. She uttered one statement that angered the man, and he threw her out of the room. She only said to the man, "Do this to me and you will remain potent the rest of your life." That comment, I am sure, was from God. God used it to slap the immoral sense out of that man's head, and he pushed her out of that particular room. That was how God delivered her from being molested by a randy, immoral family friend. Now, the other one is that a sister, I became the next target. This young lady was like a daughter to me, because when I was in the university, I was a leader of a prayer team, prayer band there, as well as youth president in the Assemblies of God Church then. So there was a lady that the mom called me and handed her over to me for watching after. She used to do business somewhere around the town. Now, I will be economical with this because I don't want people to know who this lady is, because some people who know me and the role I played, then we know the particular girl I'm talking about if I mention exactly the business she did. So I would like to keep the business aside. But the mom called me and said, "Please, my daughter is staying with two people near the university area. She does some business, sells some things there. Please help me watch after her." And I do that. Now, sometimes need will require that I accompany her back to their house late in the village, in the late hours of the night. And I do that, not once, not twice. I've done that. We will trek, sometimes with touch, sometimes without touch. And then this day, I don't know what really came over this young lady. I knew her to be a virgin. I was aware. Then I brought her home. She actually bought things for her people, food, item, and so. I think there was no food in the house, so the mom called her to bring something. And she did. So I had to accompany her to reach house. Everyone bathed. We set to around 11, 12. We went to bed. Where I was sleeping was isolated room, I think, in the house, the room of one of our brothers. All right? And she was sleeping. She was to lie down with the female other girls in their own room. All right? Now, so in fact, the room I was staying was the room of their most senior brother, because he traveled, so they had to stay there. Others slept wherever they slept. Around 2 a.m., I noticed the bed I was lying down on top, depressed. Somebody came and sat by it. And I woke up only to discover it was this young lady, a daughter of God, a virgin, spirit-filled, who has prophesied a couple of times, many times. All right? And then she has done this. She came and sat near my bed. And then I asked her why. She asked me to sign me to keep quiet. And this is what I know many people are hungry to see. And then I rose up. By the time I stood, I noticed she just tied one pieces of wrapper across her chest. So when I wanted to find out, because she wanted us to stop, in fact, she just wanted me to understand why she came. It was to sleep with her. She came in, which I objected, stating that she is like a daughter. She's a daughter to me. All right. That led to a mild. In fact, she ignored what I was signaling her. So it led to a small struggle. In the process, the wrapper she was tying fell off and fell on the ground. I noticed she was openly naked. In fact, in the process, the mouth of my pocket tore because she was holding it tight, reaching to untie my belt, which I refused. Now, I said, okay, I understand, let's be quiet. Let us do it quietly. I said, okay, can you just lie down? The moment she lied down, thank God there was one door that can help you escape to the backyard, and then you go. That was how I escaped through that door, and then leaving my torchlight that I came with, I left it there. So I moved out. This guy did everything possible to make me return into the room. I say it's not possible. I began to go, to which when I was going, I was wearing white shirt, and I knew the security situation there, and security men will not waste time to gun me down when they see a human being walking in the midnight around 2 a.m. So I had to remove my white shirt as well as the singlet I was wearing in, and then make sure I was picking my way by the side of the roadside. Because if you come to Nsukka, you will realize they used to put red lantern, and whenever you see those red lantern, it signals to you that the red lantern sits on the road some meters away from each other. When you see that, you will know that security men are hiding inside the bushes. They don't walk on the road. They will stay somewhere. When they see somebody, they will signal at each other, and then they will round you up and catch you. If they discover you are a questionable character, they may kill you, or they can flog and beat the hell out of you, then arrest you and submit you to the police for hearing. That is what really went in. So this girl, I had to leave. When I told my fiancée then, look at where I was going to, she shouted. And then I told her, no problem, God will not allow me to enter into trouble. And God did not allow me. So I was able to reach my room 15 minutes later by the grace of God. As if that is enough. Now, the same lady, another lady again, who was a member of the choir where I belonged to, came to my room and wanted us to do it in my room. To my greatest surprise, I realized she was not wearing any panties. I am not saying this to embarrass my church, but I'm telling you that these people I mentioned now, as I speak to you now, they are strong Christians. Like the lady I speak about, the last time I visited her home to her husband, she started bragging. That's the first lady I spoke about. She started bragging to the husband, telling the husband that I was her husband. I said, how? The husband said, what do you mean by that? He said, yes, he is my husband. Whatever I am today, he made me to become like that. That statement really impressed me. But I knew why she said that. Because when I had the opportunity to enjoy her free offer of iniquity and the temporal pleasure that goes with it, it was not easy, but I had to say no. And then I never knew my saying no became extremely valuable to her, because I think she later got married a virgin, and the man discovered that she was still a virgin. It was a praiseworthy thing to her. So this second lady came wanting us to also have it, and she really fought me in my room, to which I later discovered she was at her very, very viral date time when she was ovulating, to which if I had done everything submitted to that, I would be in danger of either pregnanting somebody, become a father. My destiny would be closed that day, because I knew what I saw in the room. But God intervened. Remember, I was already a engaged person. Please follow me to the next video. Let us continue this fantastic discussion on the process I passed through until God wedded me with just 5,000 naira. God bless you.